you a question. What do you do with people that are lazy and don't want to work? You kick them out of office. It's time for a change in the Congressional 7th District. And I'm here to introduce to you that change. When I say Kim, you say Hardy. Kim. Hardy. Kim. Hardy. When I say Kim, you say Hardy. Kim. Hardy. Kim. Hardy. Let's welcome Kim Hardy to the stage, y'all. Happy No King's Day, everybody. All right. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Kimberly Hardy, and I intend to defeat David Rouser for the Congressional District. Before anyone starts twisting what this day is about, let me make it plain. This is not a Hate America rally. This is I Love America rally. Because when you love something, you don't abandon it, you fight for it. When you love this country, you don't bow down to tyrants and you don't worship power. You defend democracy even when it's hard, even when it's messy, and even when it's dangerous. We're here because we believe in the promise of America. Not the myth of perfection, but the promise of progress. The promise of that power belongs to the people. Not kings, not billionaires, and not those who believe that the law is theirs as a plaything. That's what No King Day means. Some folks might be thinking, Kim, you sound really angry, and I am angry. I'm very angry. My anger comes from love. It comes from the love that built me, that raised me, that shaped me. I am the daughter of 2 law enforcement officers. I grew up respecting the badge, respecting service and sacrifice and duty. And how dare Donald Trump use the men and women of law enforcement as props in his made-up war on crime and immigration. How dare he weaponize fear while officers and families across this country are begging for resources and training and respect, not political theater. And I'm the daughter and sister of veterans. My family has worn the uniform of this country with pride, not for power, but for principle. So how dare Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth berate and demean the highest-ranking officers of our armed forces, men and women actively working to defend the democracy they're trying to destroy. How dare they salute with one hand and sabotage with the other? And I'm a social worker who spent my career fighting for children who need special education services. I've looked into the eyes of kids who just need a fair chance, a teacher with time, an aide with training, a school with resources. And how dare Donald Trump use his second government shutdown as cover to fire the very people who make that possible at the Department of Education. Staff who ensure that every child, regardless of ability, gets the support they deserve. That's not leadership. That's cruelty dressed up as politics. And I refuse to let it go unanswered. And that's why you're here, because you refuse to let it go unanswered. My love for America is not naive, it is earned. It's the love of someone who's seen both the promise and the pain. As a social worker, I have sat with families who can't afford medicine. As an educator, I've watched students fight uphill for opportunity. And as a black woman running for Congress, I've seen just how much courage it takes to speak truth to power. But I'm here and I'm running because I believe in us, we the people. We the people. We the people. We the people. Not the connected few, not the privileged, but people who get up every day and make this country run. The people who say patriotism means blind loyalty are wrong. Patriotism means loving America enough to tell her the truth. It means demanding that she live up to her ideals. It means standing up, especially when others sit down, and saying, not on our watch. We're not the ones tearing America down. We're here to lift it up. We're saying we deserve leaders who serve and not rule. We deserve elections decided by voters and not violence and partisan gerrymandering. We deserve justice that protects everyone, not just the privileged few.
That's right.
Our founders didn't fight a revolution just for us to crawl back to a king. Our ancestors didn't march and bleed for civil rights and just to see our democracy auctioned off to the highest bidder. We are their legacy, and today we say with one voice, no more silence, no more surrender, no more kings. We are patriots, not because we wave the flag the loudest, but because we honor what it actually stands for. Freedom, justice, and equality, and not just for some, but for all. Now I know some of us are tired. The struggle is long, the noise every day, it's exhausting. But hear me on this. Democracy only dies when we stop showing up. And you know what? That is what democracy sounds like. And we're not stopping. We're voting, we're organizing, we're teaching, we're building communities that care and coalitions that last. That's not radical, that's American. So as we celebrate No King's Day, let this not be the end of something, but the beginning. A recommitment to liberty, a recommitment to justice, a recommitment to each other. Because love of country is not about control, it is about care. And care demands action. So from this moment, when this day is done, this is what I need you to do. Register and vote. Every election, every time. In order to defeat Rouser next November, we are going to need everyone. The people who think their votes don't matter anyway. The people who feel like this process has never spoken to them. We are going to have to bring everybody into this fold in 2026 because I genuinely don't know what's going to happen in 2028. We have to register everybody and show up to vote. Let them know that their vote matters. Volunteer, not even just on campaigns, but in your communities. Right now, people are hurting. This shutdown is going to make life so difficult for folks. And it's made up. The only reason they're doing this is because they don't want us to have health care that we can actually afford, while our tax-paying dollars takes care of their health care. That is ridiculous and unconscionable. And so we have got to work together and volunteer in our communities now more than ever. Speak up online, in your faith spaces. Silence is complicity, and the Republicans in Congress have been silent, so we will fill that gap with our voices in a demand for justice. And then join this movement. Help me. That is the closest most of you have ever been to David Rouser. And it is not likely to get much better between now and November. So join the campaign. Work with us to help us take this seat back. Don't let people tell you that because a line on a piece of paper was drawn, that line keeps us from winning this seat. It does not. We have the power. The power is with the people. So we need each other. We need courage and we need conviction. And that is on full display here and in the 3,000 No Kings rallies, not just across the country, but around the world. That is what democracy sounds